Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. This week on the Magic Roundabout we have got a Dinky Toys Land Rover and trailer. There we go then. This should be fun. I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank all my friends of the channel for their continued support, and any new friends that have jumped on board. Great to have you. So let's get this off the Magic Roundabout, get it on a bench and see what parts we need and have a good look at it. Okay then, let's be having you. Here we go then, let's have a look. Land Rover, I think it's probably a series 1 or a series 2. There we go. There's no number on the bottom, but I will find it out before the end of the video, or I'll put it in description or something. We've got one rivet there, take off, and deep inside there you see that star-shaped piece there, that holds the driver in. We'll have to grind that off, I think, or might have to drill it out, one or the other. We'll have a look at that when it comes to it. Tow hook on the back there. The back axle, we'll have to grind that off. That end there, the thin end. We'll probably grind this one off as well actually, but this will come out when it covers off. Right, broken parts. No windscreen. I've got them. I bought a repo part for that, and the bumper's broken. But I've got an idea I'm going to try out for this. You'll see in a minute when it comes to it. Okay, so that's that. The trailer is in fact in bad condition, but it's been overpainted very thinly. You can see it in places. So we're going to make it all. There's no point in me leaving this colour, because I'm never going to match one to the other. So I'm going to strip this, repaint it. Okay, that's got a tow hook on the back. It's got all the gubbins there. There again, we've got to strip out the axle using a file. So there we go. I'm going to do this in that Vauxhall Vermilion, so it's very similar to that colour. Okay, I'll check on the inside colour. I neglected to check on the inside colour, but I will do that before we go any much further. These are 20mm tyres on here, grey. They're a bit shot. So red hubs. I'll look at it. Right. Really, I think these they might be salvageable. Nah, they're gone. That one's certainly gone. No, they'll be gone. I've bin them because they're gone. Oh, there's a tyre on the back. Can't forget that. I'm going to put matching tyres all around here, so they're all going to be grey. Nah, they're all shot. Look, no, they're good. These ones I'll keep. That one I won't, but that one I will. Will come for a spare, won't it? Right, okay then. I'll get my drill out and we'll get these stripped out. Strip time. Right, what I need to do, I'll just put a little drill in there, drilled off the mushroom. It's only a small mushroom, so 3 or 4mm drill. Bit bigger for the back one. And the driver, again, that was I did a 6mm on that one, just to take the star-shaped head off it. So there we go. And I've filed using a flat file. The smallest mushroom, the thinnest and the smallest, you can't mistake them. If you look at both ends, you'll see one's thinner than the other. So let's take that out, so we can draw that out now. Put it in our tub over here. The tow hook, then you can just get your screwdriver underneath it and pull it out. Okay, I'll glue this back in. I'm not going to bother riveting back in because there's not a lot of room to rivet it. So just basically take the mushroom off, lever it off your screwdriver, it'll pop back on, and just put a little bit of super duper on it. Okay, now the front end, there's only one plate, so you can just lift that off once you've took that out. There's your plate. And the same with this end. This has got 2 washers. I don't know why it's got 2 washers underneath it. There must be a reason I've done it, so I mustn't lose those. And then you can see your thin end there. Okay, just file that off. I haven't finished it off yet, but what you're basically doing is filing it round. I don't normally do this on the camera because it's an awkward angle for me. That's why I keep missing it. But yeah, you file it all around like that until it comes off. Okay, so got a way to go yet. If you're doing it with the wheels on it, make sure you got one edge of your file is been smoothed off, so you don't wreck your face of your hubs. Sometimes it's quite easy to do, sometimes it's not. If you've got a Dremel and a grinding stone, then you can do that. Some people do that, put a bit of plastic over the wheel, stop it from damaging the wheel hub, and then go it this way. But, you know, I don't mind doing this. It should just, there you go, come straight off. Alright, I must keep the washers. Right, so if I forget them, remind me later, yeah. Okay, so that's in. The steering wheel, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it from there. There it is. There. That pokes through and it's normally bent over. So be careful when you straighten it. Don't be too aggressive with it because you might snap it off. Okay, and they're usually quite long. And they're a bit fiddly to get out, especially when they've got the driver in as well. Because it's another washer there. It washers all over the place. So what I tend to do is just lift the driver, pull into one side. Now this guy, his name is Cuthbert, yeah, old Cuthbert here. Yeah, he's a single child, son of Archie. So that's Cuthbert. Yeah, Cuffy for short. Good old Cuthbert. The steering wheel then, once you straightened it, will pull out. Okay. I said to leave it. I'll leave it like that. I won't try and take the wheel off. Should leave it like that so I can hold it and paint the wheel. That just leaves the spare. That's a split pin in there. You can see that. You can see that in there, just there, like a split pin. So we'll try and straighten that out best we can to pull it out. Using, as Nick would say, my handy dandy screwdriver. Come on, you bugger, up you get. Just pull through now, hopefully. There you go, and that's out. So you've got a tiny split pin or cotter pin, as whoever wants to call it. That's that out. So basically we're stripped now. That's that bit. Now this is the spare window screen. Window unit. Doesn't have any glass in it. Doesn't have a glass. These are 9 times out of 10 are broken. I think you'd be very lucky to find one that ain't. I'm just trying to think which way it goes through now. I imagine it'll go through something like that. That's not very good, is it? It's not even lined up. That's better. Upright, boy, upright. There you go. That sits in there like that. And it fits over the rivet there. So when your base plate goes on, it holds it in tight. Okay. So there you go, bolt upright. Not the way I had it before. Not that way. Because it won't fit. So when you put it in, it's this facing the front. Like that, drop it down. Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, that'll need cleaning and painting, that, won't it? So that's the body stripped. Now, when I thought there was a piece missing, I thought, well, there was one of them that side, but apparently there's not. Okay. Doesn't have that side. I haven't got a clue what that means. Any of you farmers out there know what this is, or Land Rover nuts? We know about Land Rovers? What that is? I don't know. Okay. Right, that's that. But basically the same with I did the same with this. Filed off the smaller end. The wheels out. I'll keep that one in. I'll keep that there, so I know the axle out of this is for the trailer. I'm not going to bother taking this rivet out. There's no need, because that's painted the same as that. And I'm not going to bother with the toe hook either. I can paint that separate piece. I normally do when I'm something like this anyway. So that's the trailer. So now it's stripping time. Now I'll tell you what you got to do. Sorry, my apologies. As you see, the bumper's broken. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I've got a replacement piece here. This is a matchstick. Believe it or not. Wait a second. Hold on a minute. Just going to get something. There, look. Extra long matches. And what I've done there was basically, and this is the same shape and profile as the bumper. And the same thickness. So I thought, well, there you go. So I cut one of them down. And there you go. That'll fit in there a treat. Bit of primer. I have sanded it. A bit of primer. And rub down. So the primer soaks into the wood. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off here. And there. And there. Alright. And then we'll cut that off and we'll see what happens. And that will then fit back on there. Alright. It should fit on those two. Well, if it does, it doesn't. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'll leave that in there because I'm going to get a caustic soda on this, get it stripped off first, and I'll cut them bits off. Okay. Out of the caustic. Oh, sorry. Out of the caustic soda. All cleaned up. Give the windscreen a little bit of a going over. Steering wheel. Trailer. Cuff butt. Old cuffy. So now I'm just waiting for the shed to warm up. And the paint. I'm now going to clean this casting with methylated spirits. I've decanted it into a spray bottle. Makes it easier. I'm going to clean it all down with a rag. Get it on the clamps. Get it over to the fire and warm it up. Because I like to warm the casting up with the paint. And that makes it easier to go on if you warm the casting up. Not hot, but just get it warm enough. Room for temperature. and then do the paint, same with the paint, and then we get spraying. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay then, I've painted the interior that colour green, not too dark, not too light, about mid green. I've now just masked it all off inside there, and I chose to do it this way around. I don't know why, I just chose to do it that way around. And now I'm going to paint the orange. Okay. Hello, right, okay. Back from the paint, all lacquered up. That's the green, dark green inside. See the orangey red outside. I fixed the bumper on. This is that matchstick that I showed you earlier on. I super glued that on. I needed that to dry. Then I painted it the orange to give it fill the grain in some more. So that's that. Toe hooks painted. Trailer, as you can see, it's painted to match the same. And what I used was this high coat Rover Vermilion CML. This one. Nearest I could get to the colour. So that's Rover Vermilion CML. Okay. Cuthbert, old Cuffy, painted in his basic beigey buff colour, whatever they call it, beige, I suppose, or tan. Window units painted, base painted, steering wheel painted, and this has got red hubs. Got red hubs on it. And I've just been looking in the book at some of the details that Dinky put on this, and I've noticed that the driver, sometimes they come in blue, sometimes they come in tan, sometimes this is a dark blue, sometimes it's a yellow. It does vary a bit on this particular ready orange. On the green it's the same again, it changes around a little bit. They've all basically this colour, red hubs, and so on. So this is what we're going to do. So now the details that Dinky put on were only basically just the headlights and the bumper on there. So because we're just about going to keep it the same, we might as well do that, because it's a big grill on there to try and fill in. If I painted it all black and then dry brushed it, I think it would look a little bit out of place with the silver lights. So we're just going to go with the silver lights, the bumper, and we'll probably put red tail lights on the back of there as well. So there we're going to go. That's what we're going to do. So gig lamps down. Whoops, throw me a paintbrush at you then, boys, ladies, gentlemen, or whatever. There you go. It's bloody freezing today, I tell you. It's kick up a right storm out there. I'm in my poor old shed down the bottom of the garden. I feel like I'm on a bloody boat on the ocean. There you go. Yeah, that old matchstick idea, it was cheap and cheerful. So if you've got a broken bumper, try it. But you've got to get the big matchsticks, they're not the standard ones. When I hadn't got any square channeling I could have put over the edge, and I didn't want to pin the bumper, the broken part and make a new. That was a bit fiddly, and he don't always guarantee it's going to be spot on. So I thought, sod it, I'll just shape it and make a new one, and it works. So there you go. Another cheap fix. Another cheap fix. Strange how these bumpers get broken, it, on some of these things. Right, I want a recommendation from friends of the channel. I want some decent paintbrushes. I've been struggling to get some decent paintbrushes. I know Tammy will do paintbrushes. I want some decent ones. I think I'm going to treat myself as a Christmas box. There's some really nice paintbrushes. I mean, I do get the best I can, but I haven't bought any off eBay, if you know what I mean. I haven't bought any. I bought from my local shops and art shops and that, but they don't seem to have the decent quality. The ends start to go a bit stupid. So if anybody can recommend a set of decent paintbrushes, I don't want to go any bigger than 2, 1 and down, 0, 00, 000, something like that. I'll be grateful. There we go, again that. Yeah, it don't look too bad, does it? Look too bad. I'm not going to do the stays. Some I've seen with the stays done, some without, so I'm not going to bother. It'll be fine. I think it'll look better. Bit of artistic license coming in there. Right, let's do these headlights. Shoot fly. Well, soon be Christmas, won't it? We're along now. Una. So you might as well just watch me do all this, haven't you? I've only got this bit to do. Steady Eddie. Well, might as well, if you're not fast forwarding, you're still watching. December, we've got the DMC again challenge, Diecast and Modelers Community Challenge. But this time we're having a bit of a laugh. We're having a laugh because what we're doing, we've called it the Ashes build, you know, because of the cricket and that. Because we've got quite a few Australians on our in our DMC community. So we decided to have an Ashes build. The Australians against the Brits. Poms against the Aussies. And the subject is going to be make any British muscle car. Now that's going to be difficult because there's not many British muscle cars. Any era. It can be a plastic kit. It can be die cast, whatever. Okay, you got to make a British car into a muscle car. So that's should be interesting. There you go. So that's just a bit of a giggle we're going to have. So if you want to join in on this, the more the merrier. Get over to the Facebook page, DMC, Diecast and Modelers Community. Sign up. You don't have to have a video out. You can just post a before and after picture. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there who don't do videos, who just like to join in the fun. Help yourselves. Come along. Right, I'm just going to do these tail lights. Bit of drop of the old silver. Come along and have some fun. Chill out. There you go. That's what I'm doing. That's what we'll do. Okay, I'll let that dry, and then it's assembly time. Assembly time. Here we go then. Yeah, what have I done? Yeah, I've gone ahead and did the trailer because that was just fairly simple. Put the axles in, the axle, and peened over the end. Now these are quite thick axles, so it took a bit of hammering, but we got there in the end. Yeah, we got there in the end. So be careful when you're banging these, that you try and get your hammer directly on the top. If you start sort of hitting it on the side, you'll end up bending the axle. So you want to get a nice flat bit first, and then just tap gently around the outside edge to bring it over, or you can use one of these cheap nail punches. Yeah, once you've got a flat edge to the top, just tap it directly on the top and it'll peen it over. So I've done that with that. I've done it with this as well, as you can just see. It's not much, it's just enough. Just enough to hold the wheel in. Because, you know, you bang too much, you will bend the axle if you're not careful. So that one's done, and the back one's in as well. They do take a bit of time to do. That's why I didn't do it on camera, and it's very, very noisy. Okay, you don't want a massive big hammer. Okay, right. Let's get on with this then. What should we do first? Shall we stick the driver? I think we better stick the driver. Old cuff butt. Better stick it. Or should we stick the spare wheel in first? What would be easier? I think we'll stick the spare in first. So as you know, got the last split pin. Stick it in this way. If you can get it in, that is. It's fiddling what you think, isn't it? Get a decent pair of tweezers on it or something. Try and get this in here. I bet it's going to be awkward because I've got a flipping tyre on, haven't I? There you go, that's in. That's in. Hey, back. Can you barely touch your bum? Hello, where's me? Oh no, I've lost my handy dandy screwdriver, Nick. Where the flipping have I put that? Oh, here it is, I got it. I got it. Just put your thumb on the back there and just split that. Oh, that's a bit. Might need a bit of pressure on it. There you go, 1. 2. Give that a bit more on there. There you go. Well, that'll hold that in place. Right, let's stick. Now these, I usually find if you stick the driver in first, you have a problem getting the steering wheel in past his arms. So what I normally do is put that in part way. We'll need a bit of super duper on his backside. Not a lot, just a bit. Not a lot, not a lot. Just a smidge. And try and get him in. Come on, you bugger. I did it earlier on. I did this earlier on, tested it, and it was fine. Bit of jiggery pokery. Come on, old son. Get in there. There you go. Got to get it from the side. I was doing it wrong. And you can put the wheel down roughly where you want it. It needs to come around a bit. He's on the sosh. Not quite right there, mate, are you? That's got him. He's leaning to one side. Come on, fella, straighten up. Been drinking again, hasn't he? He's been on the sauce. Old cuff pup. Ah, that's got him. Now he's straight. Yeah, he's been on the old giggling juice, hasn't he? Right, okay, we got that far. Just make sure he's right way down. That's it, he's in now. He's in now, he's happy now. Okay. He's a happy chappy. I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom here. Just a little bit, just to secure him in there. I'm not going to bother bending the steering wheel over because it ain't going to be played with. So, right, the next bit then. Getting the window unit in. Now this one, it's a repo part. What I recommend you do is get a file and just make that opening a little bit wider. Just a bit. And thin it down a bit there. Just thin it across the top of the file. And just go in there with the file and get some of that. Excuse me, open it up. And I'll tell you for why. Because when you put that in there like that, yeah, and it's supposed to fit over this post, yeah. So this post needs to be nice and clean. And you can see it's just fitting over that post there. So it has to sit reasonably flat on there, because when this base goes on, let's get the wheels in. Get the base on. When this base goes on, it'll rock if you don't. Yeah. So the base goes at the back. Goes in the front. You see, that's not rocking now. But if you got that, if you hadn't flattened that down and took a bit, get out of it, you bit of material, it would rock. We will rock you. Bit of super duper. In there. In with the rivet. Give it a mojo. Okay, right. Just going to leave that there a second, balancing. Oh, should be okay there. I've made some fence posts for the back of the trailer, so we can stick them in the back of the fence in here. Look, got to have something in the back of here, haven't you? Okay. So you're going to mend a bit of fencing. Okay. So we'll get it on the magic roundabout and we'll have a look at it. Here we go then, all finished. Dinky Toys Land Rover and trailer. If I forgot to mention, these are 20mm treaded tyres on here. That's 20mm treaded tyres. It looks nice in that Rover vermilion colour with the red hubs. Reproduction windscreen. Yeah, it's quite nice. Like I say, I didn't go crazy on the radiator grille because it would have been awkward. It perhaps made it look a bit daft. So we're okay as we are. Got his old faithful dog in the back. Got some fence posts in there where he's going to do a bit of repairs. Yeah, I quite enjoy doing this one. It's quite a nice one, this. Nothing really complicated. The driver's not the best and easiest to get in and out, but I'm sure you'll work it out. Only got the one post to drill out. Like I say, watch out for that windscreen when you're putting it back. Make sure it's sitting flat. And that's about it, really. Okay, well, thanks for watching this video. It's much appreciated. And hopefully, all being well, I'll see you next week with something else. Not sure what we're going to do yet. I've not had a look. I'll have to have a rummage around and see what we can do. Okay. Well, this is Wednesday watching this. Have a good weekend coming up. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now. Bye for now. There we go.